Okay, this question, I actually kind of cut off the question, but it says, what is the doubling time? If you can look at the graph and find the doubling time. Uh, and it doesn't really tell you what doubling time is. So let's go over what it means by doubling time. So on these graphs, these are exponentials, and so every once in a while they're going to double. So if I take a look at this first one, here this starts at 1. When you double 1, you get to 2. So if we go to 2, we look at that one. So to go from 1 to 2, it took 1. I don't know what this is measured in, whether it's seconds or minutes or hours or whatever it is, but to go from 1 to 2 on this scale, it took 1 unit. Now I'm going to change colors here because I'm going to show you that that works for the whole curve. Because let's say we want to go from 2, here's 2 on the graph. When we double 2, we get 4. So go up to 4 and find that spot on the graph, and you'll see that the doubling time is exactly the same. It took 1 unit over. And we'll do the same thing with 4 and 8. I'm going to pick a different color again. So 4 on the graph is here, and if we go up to 8 and go over on the graph, we can see that it took exactly the same amount of time to double. So basically this is double what we started with, and then this is the doubling time across this space here. So the doubling time here is 1 unit. I'm going to look at it on this graph because it's a little bit harder on this graph, and then I'm going to leave this one up to you guys. So if we take a look at this graph here, what does it start with? It looks like it starts with, you got to pay careful attention to the scale, it really looks like it starts with 1 again. So if it starts at 1, then this would be 2. And so we have to go across and look at that and see what the time was to double there, and it looks like the doubling time in this case is 2. So let's see if we can pick 2 more spots out on this graph and get the same doubling time. Okay, so let's do 8, and 8 doubled is 16. So I'm going to look at these 2 spots here. 8 on the graph is here, and 16 on the graph is here, and what we want to know is how long it took to go from here to here. Well, in that case, how long it took is along the x-axis, and it took 2. The same as it took for this to double here, it took to double over here. So in this one, the doubling time is 2 units. And when it says, can you verify your answer? Well, basically we have verified our answer by doing it with more than 1 point. We just looked at it all the way along. We could find 1 more point on here. Let's do 1 more point on here. Let's go with red. Another double on here is 4 to 8. So if I want to figure out 4 to 8, I have to find 4, and I have to find 8 on my graph, and I have to figure out what the distance along the x-axis is between those 2 points, and once again from 4 to 6 is 2 units. So we definitely know that the doubling time for this graph is 2 units. Hope that helps.